I am here for you, James.
You're not gonna believe this, but the Silent Hill 2 remake has turned out to be an almost perfect horror experience and an exceptionally well-crafted remake. I was an ass for doubting Bloober Team and poking fun at them. If you want to see what a jerk I was, you can still watch the old video. The graphics in this game are astonishingly good. The atmosphere possesses a photorealistic quality, making the town of Silent Hill feel like a livable place that exists somewhere between reality and the realm of imagination. And it's really Unreal Engine 5 we have to thank for this incredible visual fidelity and its advanced lumen booming technology. The lighting is nothing short of spectacular, striking a balance between the real and the unreal. Bloober Team really captured the essence of that Twin Peaks vibe that Silent Hill 2 has always aspired to embody.
What the hell?
Also, don't listen to that crap about Bloober Team downgrading the appearances of the characters or making the female characters unattractive. While such things do occur in gaming, that's not the case here. Maria's new outfit, featuring a leather skirt, tan pantyhose, and brown boots, is incredibly sexy. And it makes you wanna... Her movements and gestures are decidedly sensual, to the point that I almost considered naming this video Silent Hill 2 Made Me a Coomer. The monsters in this game also reflect this trend. I was really worried that Bloober and their consultants would tone down the unsettling nature of the creatures, but they didn't. In fact, they made them even more, how should I put it, erotically sinister. The developers have truly nailed the design of these monsters, and the same can be said for the boss fights. Each boss encounter features a unique set of phases, ensuring that you won't simply be standing in one corner shooting until the creature drops dead. For instance, the Pyramid Head boss fight is surprisingly more faithful to the lore than the original. Remember the painting in the Historical Society titled Misty Day, Remains of the Judgment? Well, the boss battle occurs almost within the painting, as if the artwork itself is coming to life and distorting reality around James. Metal coffins, let's call them that, are scattered throughout the room as rain or water pours down, increasing in intensity with each phase of the encounter. The abstract daddy fight takes place in Angela's home, where he relentlessly pursues you, with the closet being your only refuge for a brief moment of relief. Inside the closet, you can discover a blanket and a teddy bear, remnants of a childhood that was forcefully taken from Angela. These items represent days gone by, with her childhood existing only as a blurred, painful memory, lamenting the soul-crushingly sad story that unfolds throughout the game. And all this talk about boss fights brings me to the most crucial aspect of the review, the combat. Ever since Bloober Team released the combat reveal trailer, I prepared myself for the possibility that the combat in the game would be disappointing, tedious, and atrocious. However, that turned out to be far from the truth. In fact, I'd argue that the combat actually impressed me the most. In Silent Hill 2, every gunshot has an impact, with the ballistics causing the monster's limbs to sway in response to where the shot lands. You can almost feel the hit thanks to the fast and effective animations, along with impeccable sound design. The combat is beyond satisfying, striking the perfect balance between clunky and militaristic. In fact, fuck that. The combat ain't clunky at all, it's actually amazing. The dodge button could use some refinement, and I hope the developers will address these issues and polish the combat even further. As it stands now, the combat is brutal and effective, and I would argue that this is the most satisfying combat in any Silent Hill game, period. This brings us to the sound design, which greatly depends on the equipment you use. I played with a Pulse headset and had the 3D audio thingy turned on, and let me tell ya, the sound design is so well crafted and expertly placed in the 3D space that I didn't even need to search for the monsters or check the corners. I could pinpoint their locations solely based on how the footsteps were remarkably translated into the 3D audio environment. Every song in the game has been remixed or remade. It feels almost as if Akira Yamaoka meticulously analyzed his entire career, incorporating themes and motifs that resonate while discarding riffs and melodies he now considers outdated. Akira Yamaoka truly deserves an award for his work on this game. It's not just about scoring the title, it feels like he engaged in a musical introspection of his journey as a composer while working on Silent Hill. My favorite track from the game is Beneath the Null Moon, especially when the female choir kicks in and harmonizes with the strings. It's also worth mentioning how Bloober Team innovated the level design while still honoring the original game. You can find these echoes of the original throughout the environment, and each time you encounter one, a nostalgic tune plays in the background. It feels like discovering a relic from days gone by, something so significant that it serves as a building block for the entire experience. The way Bloober Team respects the original game is truly commendable.
This town's full of monsters. Who could just sit here and eat pizza?
Well, that's all nice and dandy, but now we have to discuss the aspects I didn't like and the changes that need to be made. First, there's the frame rate. The performance mode aims for that sweet 60 FPS experience, but unfortunately the fog and lighting look bad. While the quality mode is the better option, it still dips well below 30 FPS, which is unacceptable. Bloober, please fix this. We need at least a stable 30 FPS experience if you can't provide a consistent 60 in performance mode. I also found the bugs to be really frustrating, the bugs like cockroaches. I know they were present in the original game, but that doesn't make them any less annoying. They're difficult to see, hard to kill, and they cause your radio to go wild, which means I often found myself running through the hallways, ears bleeding from the constant static, desperately trying to kill the fucker. Also, the game could really benefit from another difficulty slider. Sure, it's challenging and unforgiving, but I finished the game on hard with 10 unused healing items in my inventory. At the very least, it would be helpful to have a slider that allows the players to control how scarce or plentiful items are. Yeah, Toluca Prison was one of the scariest experiences I've ever had in a horror game, but when you're stockpiling health items and carrying 30 shotgun shells, it kinda diminishes the sense of terror and dread. Well, I guess that's it. It's an amazing remake, what else can I say without spoiling the game? It's faithful to the original, with heavy and satisfying combat. The monster design is as terrifying as ever, featuring some surprising twists that genuinely made me jump out of my chair. Yes, I'm talking about the monsters in Toluca Prison. Fuck the monsters in Toluca Prison. The game performs well on PS5 and is likely even better on PC. And I didn't encounter any of those modern audience concerns that everyone has been discussing. It stays true to the original as much as possible. Believe it or not, even Eddie's boss fight is now truly fantastic and frightening. It reminds me of the fight with the blind soldier in Amnesia: The Bunker. If you've played the game, you know exactly what I mean. So that's it. I really don't want to spoil the best parts. It's an amazing game, and this is coming from a lifelong Silent Hill fan. Thank you, Konami. Thank you, Bloober Team. Now you can make a pachinko machine out of it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider, well, subscribing to my channel. It really helps me feel like what I'm doing has meaning and purpose. Thanks for watching.